things are not right. Nigerians are rising up, but you see them indirectly endorsing that irregularity, endorsing that fraudulent constitution, endorsing how this person was elected because of their own interest. Their interest supersedes everything that you are doing. I want everybody to take this as a case study. For those of you who are waiting, America, come and help us. Britain, come and help us. Come and help us. Is it clear now that nobody is coming to help you unless you decided to help yourself? It is you that will rise up to defend yourself. United Nations, come and help us. It is a lie. They won't come. They are part of the people who are holding you down. You hear about Congo. Go and see what is happening in Congo. Every Western organization, UN, UNICEF, Oxfam, all of them, every European country have their office in Congo because all of them are part of the people exploiting the country, digging coal, gold tan, digging diamonds, digging every natural resources. They all told you we are there to maintain peace. Instead, they have gone there to exploit. They exploit with the name of their organizations. And today, some of you still don't understand what is happening. In your presence, they have played you a game. Some of you thinking, oh, Joe Biden said he still didn't call this thing. It's a matter of time. And he's sending people. All of you were here. You said Tony Blair came to see Tinubu. Why won't Tony Blair be in Lagos? His wife is one of the CEO of Dangote factory, Dangote group of companies. The wife is a CEO in Dangote company. You think they will launch the oil refinery, Tony Blair will not come? All of them are partakers. They built a refinery in Lagos. Where would they be getting the raw materials? From Biafra land. And everybody should know that Nigeria have already built three national refineries. One in Kaduna, one in Warri, and Port Harcourt. Government, 3 refineries, none of them is working. Instead, as of their report last year, around 200 and something staffs were sacked, and they were having loss of billions, either 6-point-something billion naira loss. If this business, there is a loss in it, then why are they opening Dangote? Because they have seen they cannot be able, so they shift it to a private group of people. When you hear Dangote, it's called Dangote Group of Companies. Don't think he's the only one. He's just a front man. They use him and everybody. You know, he built a refinery that he have already paid 70% of the loan he took. A refinery that have never started working. He have already paid 70%. Is that the way people work? Even companies, many places, is that the way they work? Is that the way they work? All these things are fueling insecurity. For the fact that they will be taking your oil to Lagos, bear in mind it will fuel insecurity, it will fuel oil theft, it will fuel all kinds of crime from the place where these natural resources are being taken. You have to put that one in your mind. And that brings me to Anambra State. Anambra State is very pivotal in this struggle. Some businessmen in Anambra were part of the people who sponsored, who put money for the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some businessmen in Anambra. I'm not saying everybody, but there are a lot of, you see people, oh, they have money, but there are a lot of criminal people who are born criminals. they better exploit our land with the Fulanis than they do it, than they even provide electricity for you. That is one thing you have to know. Most of you in Biafra land saw, before they had this election, there was a kind of stability in electricity. Maybe 8 months to the election, those of them that wanted to be re-elected, those of them that want to be, for them to say, they were like in Abia State, for example, 8 months to the election. Okay, Zeritas, make sure there is light in Abia State, in the villages. Everybody you call, there is electricity every time. But the moment he lost the election, Abia State have gone off of light. They said he has terminated the contract he had. That means we can have electricity, but people are using it to punish us. That is one thing we have to know. Because he didn't win, he was not elected into Senate. Abia State have gone off. They have turned off. He have cancelled, terminate contract because he couldn't win. Everywhere now is darkness. There is no light in Abia. Anybody you call, you say no light, no fuel, nothing. Is this the kind of country we want? Now you come to Anambra. For the fact there are people in Anambra who are millionaires, who make money from criminality. I'm not saying there are no genuine businessmen. They are there also. There are also high-level criminals. Can found them in Anambra also. The moment Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was rendition, last time I came on radio, I talked about Achala. I talked about Awka North. I didn't go so deep because our people, it's difficult for them to comprehend certain things that is happening in their society. Instead, they will focus on gossip. Instead, they will focus on, they tell me, this is the way, the moment they hold Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, from December, after a few months, we started shouting about Osu Ihitopa. Nobody took us serious. Nobody listened to us. Nobody, people were coming on air, calling names, endangering their men, that are endangering men that are fighting for Biafra struggle for them. And I asked them, who is in a better position to say this is an IPOB member, an ESM member? Is it the IPOB leadership? Or one criminal who just joined during the COVID, who don't even know the foundation of IPOB, the modus operandi, who don't even know the code of conduct of IPOB? Or is it this, some of this mostly our people that are living in America who have decided in their lives that it's only sabotage is what they benefit so much. Backstabbing. Who are ready? They have been, that is where many of them advise the governors. Don't you see where did this guy came from? Obiano, is it not from USA? Many of them that have come to our place to live, they were all living in those places. That's why any little thing you see them run to America. If people in America, are they giving good advice? Can they tell us the positive impact they are bringing in our place? Forget about individually, collectively. They tell you this is a Ngwa group or Hoho group. This is how they divide it. And they continue to fuel division in Biafra land. This governor is from our side. You will see when the governor wants to shift to another side, all of them gather one side. And if Adia governor wants to come out somebody, you will see Adia will be divided into Adia North. The people from Adia North will now gather around somebody. It will not be completely Adia again. And the people who fuel this thing are people in America. Is the Biafrans living in America. And I'm making it very clear also that foreign diplomats, intelligent officers, intelligent circles have warned us seriously about Biafrans living in America who are having American citizens that they are feeding seriously in sabotaging the Biafran struggle. I'm making it very open on air. Because as I cover Teleyala, they have made it very open to us that our biggest challenge will be those Biafrans living in America. He said that is where British and American government has penciled down everything to destabilize this struggle. Every one of them is a tool that can be used. The women and the men. We have got this report on many occasions. They will ask you, how will you handle the people living in America? That is why you see every one of them. They drag. Because some of them, that they happen to leave Biafra land and go to America. And I am telling many of them, yes, you have a role to play. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said it. That American people have a role to play. And that is to support this struggle. And the moment when he said that our women will rise up to support this struggle, immediately he made that comment. The Nigerian government set in all their clandestine proxy, everything in America. The moment, some of you don't follow how things are moving. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come on radio and said, any moment our people in America rise up, you will see that Biafra will come, because he knows they have the capacity to support this struggle financially. The moment he's saying, when our women rise up, that Biafra will come, immediately the Nigerian politicians, the DSS, Paul Joseph Carlo, and all of them, they swung into action in America. And I can tell you people, from that time Mazen Nnamdi Kanu visited America, not the 30th May 2019, I'm talking about in 2020, 30th May 2020, and when the COVID started, I think it was in July 2020, from that day, everything Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did in America, the Nigerian DSS, everybody, all the women, all the men communicating with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from United States of America, emails, everything, that the Nigerian DSS are in possession of all those things. Said that Chinasa Nworu said, from that particular moment, Onyendu went America the second time. From every communication he made, from Oyibo to Nelly, all of them, everything to the secretary of Onyendu, the Nigerian DSS, it is more than 2,000 pages until they capture Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The whole plan was planned in America, set up in America, all the people in America, some of them even was traveling from America to see Onyendu in Kenya, but the leadership did not know. They removed him. They pushed him out. They don't want the leadership to know. When they say somebody will sell you somebody, some of them were visiting Onyendu from America to Kenya. If we continue to say certain things, we are putting the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in danger. What we have discovered that happened to him from America. And today, as I'm talking to you people, they have come with another one. And I want everybody to use your tongue to count your teeth. Now, the new propaganda they are pushing out there now is that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu court case was from the Supreme Court was shifted to September 14th because Chike Doziem and the Austin Abanyin refused to release money they will use to bribe some judges in Nigeria. This is the new propaganda. They are coming against the IPOB leadership, and it is coming from America. And I'm making it very clear. Some of us in the DOS, the leaders of the ESN command and the commanders in the state, none of us is scared of what, because we have been trained to a level. As I'm telling you, all Biafrans, I want everybody to know, because when we do our own, people will start, oh, DOS did this, IPOB do this, IPOB leadership, ESN do this. Presently, somebody took a contract from them in America, presently in Nigeria. Is asking, they gave him contract to come and assassinate members and families of the DOS members. And the IPOB intelligence unit and the M branch has been ordered. Biafra land, back to America. I'm saying it on air. As they have sent him, because this is the next level, because they have blackmailed us. They have blackmailed the IPOB leadership to the point that they don't know what else they can do. Somebody took a contract, Chike Doziem. I have said this thing on many occasions. Some of them in America are fools. Some of them. I'm saying it so that people will not say, oh, he said American people are fools. Why I say they are fools is that before the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, every one of them knew that Chike Doziem have nothing to do with IPOB fund. Before, even when the rendition Onyendu. And since the rendition Onyendu also, he have no access. It is beg. He has to beg for fund. Anything we want to do. And the people in charge of the fund is, if they like, if they want to do, they do. If they don't want, they will tell you, you will not do it. That is how Mazi Doziem have been running this struggle from the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were renditioned. When they brought up information that the accounts were locked in Germany, none of us knew. We only had the report when people calling us said we sent money, the money returned back. They said the account was locked. We never knew. But at the end of the day, they are turning the propaganda now in America. Whoever is feeding them, whoever is giving those information, that it is they caught, push Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case to 14th. Ask yourself if you are intelligent. Because why I'm calling America is, this is where all these things are generated. And that is why I can say firmly that people in America, some of our people in America, I doubt what is really wrong with you people. They have set us back in this struggle. Because why I say they have set us back is, imagine the damage people like Oyibo and Nelly and their team, Bridget Okafor, people that came into IPOB in 2020 during the COVID period. Imagine the havoc within the time they came in. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was captured, was adopted. Imagine the problems they have caused to this struggle within this short time. Today, they have done their own part. They have disappeared. And our people, they are very easy to forget. In the next 1 year, if you ask them where is Nelly, he asks you who is Nelly. Or maybe Nelly will change her name and they answer another thing. Oyibo will change her name and answer another thing. That is how it is. They have come and caused enough damage that led to the adoption of our leader. And still, they are not giving up. Talk less of now. Imagine the problem these people have caused. The people they have misled that were killed. The people they have destroyed with their $100 gift, $200 gift. Imagine people who have disappeared. This is the money If it is IPOB money they are using to kill our own people, they pay. Now they have no access to IPOB money, like Oyibo, like all of them. Haven't they disappeared? They have all disappeared. They have all disappeared. They have all disappeared. Sometimes some of them are used. Sometimes some of them don't know they are being used. That is why any little thing, these people run to America. Because that is where they kept those they are using to fight against IPOB, fight against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Today you come to Anambra. Let me go back to Achala so that everybody will understand what is happening in Anambra. What is happening in Anambra, the criminality. That's why when Soludo became the governor of Anambra, immediately he jumped. The people wanted to push him on the same line because that was what was happening during the time of Obiano. That time, this Ebakeba they are talking about was a special advisor to Obiano on security matters. When they were, this Ebakeba, that Chigozie Ebakeba, he's the one that advised Obiano to bring in Neeti Allah into the Obiano government. He's the one that advised Obiano to pay 500,000 naira if they kill any of our people. It was the same guy. He was the one that advised Obiano, if they kill any Neeti Allah, their cow, he should pay them their cow. And anytime any cow was killed in Anambra, he made sure the money were paid to Neeti Allah. That is why all the criminal activities, all the killings, adoption, Ebakeba have done in Anambra State, when they brought him to Abuja, when he's being summoned, Neeti Allah will block in Abuja. They will never allow anybody to try his case in Abuja. On many occasions, they have invited him to Abuja. He only sent a lawyer. He is the one that have given many thousands of plots of land to Neeti Allah in Achara. But when it is very, very unfortunate that when you ask, he said that Neeti Allah, Fulani people are in Achala. And he is from Alta North. And he is the Chief Commissioner for Homeland Security. And the one thing I mentioned places last time, what is happening in that place. I can categorically tell everybody here that what is happening in Achala is something every Biafran must rise up. We must rise up and find out why IPOB is doing their own, ESN is doing their own. We need also people from those communities to rise up, because security without people in that community to accept, or when they are being intimidated not to talk, when they are being intimidated and harassed on a daily basis, that is where the problem lies. In that particular Achala, and in Bariam that I mentioned last time, the government knows what is happening. It is a government. What I'm telling you people is an organized syndicate by Nigerian politicians, Nigerian military, the DSS, and the police. All of them are aware of what is happening in this particular place. And I can tell you categorically, they are the ones in control of this place. Ebakeba, lying that he doesn't know, is a habitual liar, because he has been confronted in a certain occasion and told him, these people doing something here, who are they? He said those people have been chased away. That was the time when we also raised this concern. They alerted those people. The military went there. Nobody was there. After 1 week, the people return back to the same. And as I'm telling you now, if you know Achala, go to Awka North. Go and ask people what is happening in Achala. If you have anybody, make a call. The community, they surrounded it with cameras, with audio, CCTV cameras, entrances, and they change commanders of this camp on a weekly basis. The person that worked this week will not be there next week. This is highly sophisticated. Even if people speak within the communities, with the audio devices they mounted in some of these communities, they can hear when you are discussing about, talking about the things that is happening in that community. They mount CCTV cameras everywhere. They change the commanders of these places, heavily armed, heavily equipped, and it is in the capital of Anambra. They are there, they specialize in kidnapping politicians, businessmen. They take your cars, they cut your papers for selling. They have boats. Even from Onitsha Head Bridge, you can be kidnapped from Onitsha Head Bridge down to Achala, to Ebariam. These things are happening in Anambra. But the moment Soludo came in, he just started shouting about IPOB, because they programmed him, he just entered. We don't know. Until we draw his attention to most of our press release, that you have to look inward. What is happening in your state? All the time you see them pursuing, making some stage manage this thing, pursuing criminal groups, they are not attacking the main group that are the mother group producing all these criminals. As I have said on radio on many occasions, there are groups of criminals. The petty, the small baby, the baby criminals are these ones organized by the infiltrators. These are the baby criminals. Those ones, they specialize in killing, raping. They use Monday sit at home and they are not sure, use it to attack, go for land dispute, go for burial, go for raping. They can adopt 6 years, 13 years, 14, or just immediately you and they see you have a breast on the chest. Any girl, puberty age, they are ready to take you. These are the ones the infiltrators specialize in. Go for land dispute, killing somebody to take the wife, snatching of cars, snatching of telephones, burial, tell you will not do burial until you settle them. These are the things they specialize in. And the people within Osun, Ihiala, but these people in Awka North, these are a very high level syndicate of criminals controlled by the Nigerian military, DSS, police, and the ex-convicts. Ex-convicts are the people, most of them they are using. And most of the people recruits, they bring from Ebonyi State, especially. Then you found out a Fulani Miyetti Allah on one side, in the same area. Nobody talk about them. Every day you see them talking about IPOB Sekwa, ESN Sekwa. You see them painting on the newspaper on what is happening on a daily basis. And we start to ask them, what are you people really doing? Are you serious? Are you really serious that you want to fight crime, or you want to just tag IPOB in every criminal activity happening in Biafra land, especially in Anambra and the Imo State? That is why the ESN and the IPOB intelligence unit, the M branch, have been assigned seriously. We have all the report what is happening in that place, and we can tell you our press release will come badge by badge, names with locations, everything pertaining to that place, because we want the world to know that these people intentionally, you see them adopting businessmen. They are the ones making people not to come in Biafra land. And I am saying something. I saw Ifeanyi Ubah. I don't know who knows him, to ask him. Because they are setting a very bad example in the communities. I saw him, yes, he's setting up a camera in their community. It is recommendable. It is good. It is accepted. But we have seen him now displaying machetes. Machetes. You people should know what machete is for. Ifeanyi Ubah, remember that people will be killed with that machete. Instead for people to identify that these are criminals, people will be swung it now because it is the Fulani herdsmen that are using machete to kill people. And since you have launched this machete now, we have seen some people killed within Oguta and all this area with machetes. And we say, Fulani, we cannot be distracted with all these tactics. Today you have handed over people machetes. Is it machete they are going to use to attack the Fulanis that are with AK-7? Or you are handing them over machetes to use it to attack their own citizens, their own community members? I want to know. The criminals terrorizing Nnewi or Ihiala, they are not using machetes. They are using guns. And they are making this thing very open. That people in this area must open their eyes. That people should not be deceived. If people are killed or macheted with any cutlass, Ifeanyi Ubah should be responsible. That picture, where he made available thousands of machetes to people. That is not the way to handle security. That is not the way to contain things that are happening. Last time, it was on news that you were attacked. The people that attacked you, they didn't attack you with machetes. The people that ambush you never attack you with a machete. They attack you with automatic machine guns. And they attack and kill people in your convoy. It was not machete. Why is it we cannot be able to face the reality, what is happening in our society? Why do we like to deceive the populace? And before you understand, the day we will say something is let this machete. One day we hear there is an IPOB member they killed. They say it is Fulani herdsmen. That day we will inform you that those machetes imported in Nnewi were meant to kill IPOB members in the Nnewi. That is all I can say about that particular issue. Again, I will go back to the Obaru incident. And this Obaru incident, I will continue to speak about it because every day the United States Embassy continue to make some pronouncements. Like today, they have come out. If you go to their Twitter handle, they have come out today. They continue to emphasize on the Obaru issue. You can't emphasize on Obaru issue without going straight to the point to clarify these things for the world to understand. Because we know why you continue to say it. You continue to say it, 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 until people stink into people's mind. And anytime you continue to say it, it is our duty as IPOB personnel or IPOB officers or leadership to come also to tell our people where the comments are going. We tell them the route you are passing through. It is very, very sad. And it is unacceptable that a foreign diplomat, or they say there is no foreign diplomat, I mean, whoever he is, your staffs were killed in Obaru. Nobody accepts that kind of atrocity. Nobody will accept those kind of killing. And we IPOB leadership will condemn such barbaric act. Irrespective of this, but we still have questions. We want, as American embassy is talking about their people they are killed, we also want them to clarify certain things. It is on record that the moment this attack happened, that they mentioned that they went on a humanitarian service in Oba with some UNICEF staffs. But up till now, up till date, UNICEF have never come out to mention that their staffs were attacked in Oba, because they said it is USA staffs with some UNICEF officers were in Oba. I don't know when United States government started doing, they said they went there because of flood, the flood that happened last year, that to go for flood relief. But we are asking, the questions are these, and they are left for you to answer. You went to Obaru without even the state governor knowing that you were going to Obaru, in his own state, in a rural community, in his own state. He was not informed. If he's informed, let us know. But we were very, very sure that he was not informed. We also very sure when the police make a statement that you people did not inform them, and you are coming, a whole United States embassy. Number two, we have a record that there was a community or a village in Obaru. I don't know, it is one of the oil company who is making oil bunkering there, dig some borehole. The same rubbish they have been doing in the Riverine area for many decades. They go there, they dig a borehole. Let me educate these people a little bit. Every Biafran, whether they eat or they can't eat, they have the capacity to open, talk less of Obaru, to open a borehole in Obaru will not cost more than $500 because it is very close to water. So if this is the $500, this is things one person can do it in a community. We are asking, can we see the picture of those things? Can we see the humanitarian? Because what we know from the report we have from Obaru, we are authoritatively informed that these people are the ones digging oil from these places. And I'm making it very well known to our people. Let me say this thing. They may like it or they don't like it. Soludo is there. I'm sure he will be listening to me or somebody send him. They should not die in silence. They should not die in silence. Dear friends, let me tell you, since oil was discovered in Anambra, in Obaru area, Obiano administration never received any royalty from that oil. They intimidated him. The Northerners and the foreign companies that are in that axis intimidated him that he could not ask for a revenue from that oil being dug in Obaru. Most of the companies there, with intimidation from federal government, most of the oil pipelines you see from Anambra, they head all straight to Warri. Straight to Warri. They lay down pipes from Obaru to Warri, underground pipes. Instead, they pay royalty to Delta people. They pay royalty for allowing pipe to go from those oil. Delta people don't know. They thought maybe in Anambra people are being settled, but they don't pay any royalty to Anambra state government throughout the period Obiano was that place. Even Soludo have entered. I don't know whether they have started, whether he can be able to fight them to start giving royalty to the state, to people who owns this oil. They say there is no oil in the hinterland, but we are coming. We are coming. IPOB, we are coming on this matter in the shortest time. The same thing they are doing in Imo State. They lay pipes from Oguta. You see Oguta boiling. All these things, all the people, some of them, they have pursued. As you see, they pursued them, went to Polo, started pursuing them, they started having problems. Some of them who are not ready to settle with Tompolo, they have come into the hinterlands. Sari Dokubo also is inside the hinterland. He is one of the people they gave a location from the Oye Bonkri. Some of them who could not contain with what Tompolo and his men are doing, they are having too much fracas. Most of them moved to hinterlands. They are taking Oye from Obaru. They are taking Oye from Imo State. They are taking from Abia State. Some people are digging coal back in Enugu. If you go to Ebonyi, they are digging all kinds of mineral resources, iron ore, zinc, everything they are digging Ebonyi. Nobody, the only few people are benefiting from this thing, even not to the benefit of the people. Why I'm saying this thing? The Nigerian government and their puppet governors they install in all Biafra land should know. But when I question them on natural resources, that they are taking, they take our natural resources, which they don't pay any money. They tax us federal inland revenue taxes. They don't build roads in our place. We don't have education, no electricity, medical facility for people. This is all that's land. They have commissioned the second Niger Bridge through Zoom. And they want to say they are naming the bridge after Buhari. That is Fafafa foul. Number one. That also, we are making, I'm just it for them. Any toll gate.
Mazi, please check your
yes.
Please check your equipment, please. Because you are cutting.
I'm cutting?
Yeah, go on now. Go on now. It's okay, I think. Go on.
It's okay now? That sound I used to tell you is also repeating, but we are going on, no problem. So, we are making it very clear this evening because we are waiting to complete our 30th May, because this month of May is a month of mourning for all our fallen heroes. But after 30th May, the IPOB leadership will roll out the things that we need them to take shape in Biafra land. The second Niger Bridge, our people will not be taxed on that bridge. Irrespective of any excuse, the Southeast governor should find a way to pay off. If there is any money that they need to pay off for that bridge, the 30% concession they are talking about, the Southeast governors, all the states that bridge leads to, they must find a way to pay. Our people will not be taxed for that, unless they don't want ESN on top of that bridge. They should know that. Unless they want ESN on top of that bridge. But our people will not be taxed. It is better we start now to inform them, or they will say that we have started our problem. They better sit down now, come together, and they found out a path they are going to resolve the payment. Our people will not be taxed to pay for that bridge, because there are many bridges in Nigeria, many projects of that nature. People are not tasked to pay for it. It is not only our people they are going to tax for that. Secondly, Mazi, I want to touch also the criminality still happening in Olu. As they are pursuing them in Olu, they are expanding, going, and this evening, after they have killed Odumodu and some of his men, another new group they have commissioned who have took over, they call Igbo, computer, and Echaka, Epaka, Egbe, and all of them, Agama, they are now coming out. The new two people that are there now is Igbo and the computer. They are now responsible. Yesterday evening, they went to R&D Zog. They adopted 7 people. They adopted a truck that is carrying cement for one of our sister, 900 bags. He's a distributor of cement. They hijacked the truck. These are the same group of autopiloters, infiltrators in this struggle. They hijacked this truck containing 900 bags of cement and later released the driver and the conductor, and they are requesting this, our sister, to pay them 30 million naira before they will leave the truck and the cement. And gradually, they're already selling the cement to people. This is what is happening. The criminals, they are finding always one way or the other to try to commit crime in Biafra land. Mazi Chinedu, I am having a static noise coming from, I don't know, it's becoming much. Can you check from your system?
No, I say nothing. This thing is only coming from you. Your voice is coming out clear.
Okay.
And everything is okay here.
Clearly.
Your voice is clear as crystal.
Okay. So, all these things, this criminality is taking another shape. And I am asking people from these communities, I always say this thing whenever I come to air. I said, the communities know these people that are committing crimes in their society. They knew them. They knew their parents. They knew their father. They knew their mother. They knew also IPOB members in that community whom they can easily talk to, ask them, and said, is this person part of you, or are they not part of you? Are they not part of you? So, all these things are things we have to know. All these things are the things we have to know. Especially, I'm coming now to, I will read a part of this letter for our people to understand what is happening in that area. And this thing that is happening in that area, is something I want to correct the people of Osun local government. There is a group they call Odimma Osun Initiatives. Because you people are still wallowing in ignorance. After 2 years, presently the radio is speaking in Olo. In Osun, I want everybody in Osun, call the members of Odimma Osun Initiative. I want every one of them to listen very, very carefully. If you know anybody who is a member of Odimma Osun Initiative in Osun local government area, I want everybody to call any one of them. He must stick to Radio Biafra now. Because we found out that they are still thinking that IPOB have anything to do with this Eperima in Finland. So they are addressing, this community is addressing a letter calling him the Prime Minister of Biafra. And I want to make it very clear, this letter, I will read it and I will publish it after this program for people to see. They say this is a passionate plea for the withdrawal of armed groups in Osun local government of Imo State. We write to bring your notice the atrocities being committed by these armed groups in communities in Osun local government of Imo State. We are aware there is genuine agitation for actualization of sovereign state of Biafra, which is being championed by IPOB under the leadership of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and your good self, among others. We are also aware there are genuine members of IPOB who are genuinely driving this agitation in every part of the southeast. However, the present armed group in Olu and its environs who parade, masquerade, and disguise as agitators and freedom fighters for the liberation of Igbos are anything other than agitators for freedom. The said armed groups engage themselves into various criminal acts, which include, but not limited to, rape, unjustified killing, kidnapping, burning down of houses, extortion of money, looting and vandalization of properties, forceful takeover of houses, intimidation, harassment of our people, among others. Have everybody heard what this thing Chinasa Nworu is coming on radio and be shouting every time of the day about criminals? This letter will be published. I am not the one that wrote it. This is people from this community. I have also said it before. Many communities have went to meet IPOB lawyers, asking them to ask Nnamdi Kanu that what his men are doing in their communities is unacceptable. But people don't believe. Sometimes some people believe. And we have made it clear for them that Nnamdi Kanu have nothing to do with rape, extortion, taking over people's land, taking over people's house, killing, raping, harassment, intimidations, forceful takeover of homes. They are taking over people's houses. They take over people's houses and rent it to people. Nnamdi Kanu is not part of this. To say the least, our communities has been overrun by these criminal elements, leading to the people fleeing their homes, leaving our communities a ghost town and with its economic and social shutdown. The letter I am reading for you is a letter from a community because they know. But why I'm reading this thing is that we don't want him because they put IPOB. That's why I'm reading it to tell them that there is no IPOB in this. IPOB is not part of this. IPOB, the letter stays on top IPOB, and when I will release this letter, I will cover the IPOB where they wrote IPOB because it is not IPOB. We don't know where this letter will go to. Let me continue with the remaining words for this letter. It is our considered view that what is happening in our community can be better described as criminality other than agitation for freedom. It is incomprehensible that those that claim they want to liberate and secure are the same people they are serially killing, destroying their hard-earned properties, and holding under slavery. We therefore wish to plead with you to order the immediate withdrawal of these armed groups from Osu, who claim to be ESN members, as their conduct are not acceptable and tolerable to our people. We humbly request especially that the non-indigenous of Osu local government among this group should be asked to leave Osu while we create peace with our ESM brothers who are indigenous of Osu. We look forward to your prompt action, hoping you will give this matter the urgent it deserves. Do accept our assurance of the highest regard. The sign, yours sincerely, Eze-elect Nwokedi, chairman of the Mma Osu Initiative. These people, we need to protect them because the next thing they may go to kill them. Barrister Remi Eze Dioramma Agwezi. We need to protect these people so that they will be able to do what? Because this letter, why I am releasing this letter, because this letter was also addressed to the General Commander ESN Biafra Land. That is why I am releasing this letter. That is why I am releasing this letter. For people to understand what IPOB is fighting. I want our people to understand the level of criminality the Nigerian government have set up, and you know our people, some of them want to be opportunists. They want to reap from anything that come across their way. The Nigerian government is killing our people, adopting them. The Nigerian police, they are on the streets, capturing our people, disappearing our people in every checkpoint. The Nigerian government, on the other hand, are using a clandestine way, recruit mercenaries from the coastal region coming to adopt and kill our people. We found out the attack that happened on MBC the other day. Most of the boys, as they were attacking, came into the community attacking people. They were shouting, Asawana, 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 Asawana. They were leeching attack on our people in a peaceful community until two boys decided to commit suicide. They used their car and ran into them. They said the way they are destroying their community, killing people, the boys have no option to stop them than to use a car, and they committed it and ran into their car before some of them who survived. But those two guys were killed. They died because when they hit them, the wall collapsed on them. And this group of people, they all ran away from the car and they escaped from the community. These are things happening in Biafra land. People are paying the price trying to defend this land, while some want to make money. We know these things will be there. We know we cannot fight for freedom without having saboteurs, without having people who will work for the enemy. I want everybody to know this. It is normal, but the problem is how do we handle them? Nigerian government is coming in every angle, trying to make sure that they destroy IPOB. But little did they know that they do not have the capacity, they do not have the strength, they do not have the tactics. They might have the money, but they are not capable to destroy IPOB. The foundation of IPOB that was built by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, nobody. We can only destroy it by ourselves, not Nigerian government. The only way to destroy this struggle is if those people who are in IPOB, those people in the leadership position, those people at the top of the hands of this struggle, decided that they are going to destroy it, which is very, very, the probability is maybe 2% out of 100, because that 2% is that somebody, maybe a member of the DOS, may decide to backslide, but that cannot affect the struggle. How? Are you going to get a farmer where he is? Or China Samoru, Chike Dozien, Azayoba, Mazen Nachi, Chinemerem John, all of them, and other DOS members scattered around the world. How are you going to destroy them? We are seed. If you cut us, we are a tree. If you cut us, we germinate again. But before I round up this, for people to understand what we are passing through, I think everybody and every one of you have heard what happened to the Justice Jumai Sankey, the woman who sat at the hands of the appeal court that gave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu freedom and discharged and acquitted. Every one of you is hearing it today. Some of you might have heard it before now, that Justice Jumai Sankey, she was the head who held the appeal court that gave discharged and acquitted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They just assassinated the husband today in a cold blood. For we in IPOB and we Biafrans, we send our condolence to this justice. We know they killed your husband, they assassinated your husband today because you stood on the justice. You gave the judgment that the whole world is celebrating, but in Nigeria, it is not accepted. You gave a judgment to a man who did nothing, and you did it without being biased. You were not bribed. You were not intimidated by the Biafran people. You were not intimidated by the IPOB legal team, but you did the right thing. And what happened today is that they have come and assassinated your husband to intimidate, to punish you for giving that judgment. Biafrans around the world will stand behind this woman who have lost the husband because of the judgment he gave to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because he said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be tried in any court of law. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted. That this man is innocent. And after that judgment, they sent him away from the Pay Court to another state, and today they have assassinated the husband. Dear friends, this is to show you the things that are coming on the way. The journey ahead is very difficult. But are you ready to forge ahead? Because for we in IPOB leadership, this is a mission we must complete. It is a mission of no return. It is a suicide mission for us. That it is either Biafra is restored or we'll all die fighting for Biafra. Mazi Chinedu, I will stop here so that we can go to the next topic for the day. Thank you so much.
There, Mazi, you have spoken about the general update on Biafra struggle and the criminalities and everything, and the challenges ahead. I don't know whether you still have anything to talk about the challenges we have ahead on this struggle. Whether there are things also you want to add to it before we go into the second point, please. I don't know.
Mazi, the challenges, I will put them down when we are about to, maybe people are asking questions, you understanding me? That's when I will put up I will release the challenges and the things that we need to improve on. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now you go on to the second point of highlighting on Biafra Heroes and Heroines Day, our Holocaust Day, that is sacrosanct, has been made possible by IPOB, I think since 2014. You know, we need to remember those that fought that we might live, not only even during Biafran War. Prior to that, the Kumekus, those that resisted the colonization, the changing of our nomenclature, until those that were slaughtered by hunger, in any way, by saboteurs also, with the help of saboteurs like Okwabi Aseka, even Nnamdi Azikiwe. Those people that died standing, they led legacies. Please, Mazi, go on to highlighting on all these issues, please. Because today, I think today is 27th. In the next 3 days. Go on, please.
Mazi, thank you so much. We're going to the second topic of our program today about highlights on Biafran struggle. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, as we approach to the D-Day, which is the 30th May, the day we are going to celebrate, all those who have fallen for the Biafran struggle, it is very important for us to understand that what we are doing on 30th May is a tradition. It is a way of life. It's something we expect to be immortal in the life of Biafrans, those who have fought. If you look around in our land, there are no places. The people that have died who fought for this Biafran struggle, there are many places apart from Ojukwu, University of, I think, Uli, State Polytechnic, I think State University, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University in Anambra. There are many places that those who fought for this Biafran struggle, their names supposed to be mentioned. Like the second Niger Bridge that they just built, this is supposed to have a name of people like, what they call it, Ajuzie, Colonel Ajuzie, Philip Effiong. There is nothing. There is no project. They have named the name of Philip Effiong in Biafra land. There is no project. They have named people like Colonel Ajuzie and many other people. There are places, there are institutions. The names of these people should be used, but they are not doing it. Those things would have helped us to remember those who fought for us, those who did one thing or the other to save the Biafran people. We will be celebrating them until we restore Biafra so that we can be able to name them in some projects, institutions, ministries when Biafra is restored. Even the second Niger Bridge, I am not the one to decide that the second Niger Bridge now may be named. Even the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should be named. But I'm not the one. This is something the leadership of IPOB will come together. But one thing is that as our celebration on 30th is coming up, most of you can be asking, why do we make sit at home in Biafra land? The reason why we are putting sit at home in Biafra land is because in 2013, 2014, when we built the cenotaph in Enugu, when we do as a remembrance before Wazirike went and knocked it down, then in 2014 or 15, thereabout, then Onyendu, 30th May, was celebrated in Aba, in CKC Aba, I think, in Aba. That was the first time Biafrans came out in mass and we celebrated the Biafran heroes and heroines day. And thanks to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for setting up this. And this is nearly 10 years we are celebrating and honoring our dead heroes since after the Civil War. Nobody remembered them. Nobody remembered them. Nobody remembered these people. Nobody. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have really awakened the spirit of tiger in many of us. He remembered us. He taught us things that we're supposed not to be taken for granted. And I can tell you, those of us who understand what 30th May means, those of us who understand what celebration of those who fought for us to be alive, since we started celebrating this, our life have changed drastically. Our life have changed. We have increased in knowledge. We have understood the things we say makes our enemies uncomfortable. The things we understood that happened to our people makes most of our people uncomfortable because they thought it is something we should let it. It is left for us to forgive anybody who killed us. They are not the one to tell us to forgive. They are not the one to tell us not to celebrate our dead. Every one of us living everywhere around the world, we know countries celebrate this kind of event. They are celebrating the Holocaust Day. In Rwanda, they celebrate also remembrance for the Genocide Day. In Kuwait, they remember the Liberation Day, the time they liberated Kuwait. There are people killed during the Saddam Hussein invasion. Britain still remember the World War II. We see Russia remembered. Nigeria is still remembering the independence, the time they fought to become free. Most of us will even, in primary school, they will say it is British also, one anniversary. They will come to sell some peanuts for us in the primary school in our place, but they never want us to remember our own people that were killed during the Nigerian Civil War. I am sure, Mazi Chinedu, I think most of us have the experience. They will say, bring 1 naira. They will even take money from us to celebrate the British people that died. But for us, we were not allowed to celebrate our own dead. It used to be a green and red ribbon. They will tell you everybody in the school must. Nobody was asking. Our parents were not even telling us. Because sometimes I said our parents, I don't know whether it is out of intimidation or what, most of them didn't do good to us. They never told us what they suffered in the hands of Nigeria. Had they told us what they suffered in the hands of Nigeria, we won't stay so long before this struggle started. They hid everything from us. They hid it from school. Our parents also decided not to tell us about how our people were massacred. But this generation of Biafrans, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he have taught us, as we are celebrating our 30th May, we don't forget in Mpo, in 2016, when we wanted to celebrate our 30th May in Mpo, the Nigerian military swooped on us inside the Catholic Church in Mpo. They massacred our people who were getting ready. Nobody said anything. Till today, more than 100 people disappeared, killed. They took away their dead bodies. Many of them poured acid. There are people who survived that attack, and they are there. They can give a testimony of what happened on that fateful day, on that tragic day. One of our brother, Chidozie, who is in India currently, he's a victim of Mpo massacre. And there are many people who survived that Mpo massacre. And since that day, since that 29th May, it's supposed to be a candle night, then the following day in Mpo, 30th, our people were massacred. And from that day, we found it that it is not safe for our people to march around in Biafra land on that 30th May, because the Nigerian government, with the help of the British, they had been assured to massacre us, that nobody will talk about it. But as now, in order to maintain that, on that day, we want everybody to understand that we, the indigenous people of Biafra worldwide, remember our fallen heroes from 1904 to present, from those killed from the time of Ekumeku, before they amalgamate, because they killed our people before they amalgamated us. They killed our people before they amalgamated us. They didn't just amalgamate us without, don't think that our people didn't fight. Our people fought them, the Ekumekus. From 1904, we have been fighting against the British, against the imperialist colonial masters. For that reason, on 30th May, we are going to remember all our fallen heroes from 1904 to present. We shall remember the victims of Asaba massacre, Aba massacre, Emene, Igwocha, Obibo, Onitsha, Olu, and Mpo massacre. And every other places, these people have massacred our people because they are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. We shall also remember our gallant men and women of ESN who have paid the ultimate price for our freedom. We shall remember people like Ikonso and many other officers. But Ikonso is the only officer, ESN command, we can say he fell in the hands of the Nigerian government. So far, most of the ESN commanders, they are very strong and kicking, though some of them may be in the hands of the enemies, like people like Chuks Obasi. All those ones that are alive are not the people we are remembering. We are remembering the dead. That is one thing we have to understand. We shall also remember all the victims of Fulani herdsmen and Nigerian state sponsors terror. That is also the people we are remembering. We know how they have killed our people on a daily basis. As we are remembering them, as we are putting them in our prayers, all those people killed by the Fulani herdsmen in our land, because all their mission is to find a way to overrun our land and take over the land. They are all mercenaries, agents of the Nigerian government, trying to kill us and take over Biafra land and the resources. We shall also remember as the victims of Atlantic and Sahara Desert slave trade. They will not be forgotten, because some of our people that were taken into slavery, They were taken forcefully from our land. Forget about all those things. They are telling you your people sold them. Your people sold them because they were sent. Go and bring them. It's just like what is happening now. They are killing our people, taking their body parts for organ trafficking. You will say it is our people doing it, but there are big hands, there are big people, there are billionaires who are pushing them, who are in need of these things. When they say it's our people selling them, because there was an agricultural revolution in Europe, they need workers. Even the Pope of Rome that time, he approved to go to Africa and take slaves. They came with guns. People will say they sold them. They sold them. Sometimes we want to put the blame on our people. But these are people, they fought. Our people fought, resisting that. So now we say our people are doing this, doing that, this is what they have. They came to our land, and this is what they forced. They used their guns, their guns, and they make sure that our people were taken into slavery. If they say they didn't want, okay, people go, and what if they say we don't want to buy? And when did they stop? When they start to produce machines. There was the machine revolution in Europe. During that time, they found out that they don't need to go down to Africa to go and get slaves again to come and work in the plantations, because there were machines. This was called the machinery revolution in Europe. That was the time, industrial revolution, yes. And there was a story, it was very popular, about a black Biafran man who it was a competition. When they invented the machines, there was a black man from the Bight of Biafra, I forgot the name. They said he was very tall and huge. When the machinery revolution, industrial revolution came in, he said that the machine will never beat him. They protested. Like it's just like now they are bringing robots to take over some jobs in companies. He protested with his men, and it was to break the rock for roads, building of roads. The machine, they set up a competition between him and the machineries. The machines were breaking the rocks. This man, they say he was very tall from the Bight of Biafra. He was breaking with hand. He continued to break rock for more than 8 hours non-stop. And finally, he collapsed. That was when the machine defeated him. And that was when many people gave up. That something that have come to replace. The news now filtered everywhere that the machines have defeated man in most of those hard jobs. All these people must be remembered. We mourn them. We mourn all our people going through the desert because of economic hardship, who have died. Remember, the Arabs also took our people on slave trade before the Europeans came. We remember our people who have died across the Sahara Desert in the Mediterranean Sea, trying to go and find greener pasture where there is no green than snow. We are also remembering all our people that choose death rather than to be in possession and slaves to another human being. Those who have suffered and died under the brutality and the inhuman treatment of slave owners. We remember every one of them. We remember all these people on the date, and I'm very, very sure most of the coordinators, continental reps, I am very sure most of you have received the 30th May official letter to be submitted to foreign missions. And if you have not received it, make sure you contact your continental reps this evening. There is a 4 pages letter to be submitted in all foreign missions. Those who are going for protest, make sure you submit this with the continental rep should inform you how official letters are being delivered. Don't just take the letter and print on anyhow. Make sure you ask your continental or regional rep how the letter will be delivered, because there are ways to deliver a diplomatic letter. It's not just by envelope and put. Make sure that you do that, and make sure for those of you who are coming out in the countries where they are going to protest, make sure that these letters are given to the places you are going to protest. For those who are not protesting, you are doing your gathering the countries that don't have authorization to make protests. Make sure the letters get to the foreign missions in your country of residence about what we are celebrating, what we are passing through, the illegal, and upon all the judgments given to this to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is all contained in this letter. Make sure they are delivered and report to your continental reps that these letters were delivered successfully. You must give a feedback to your continental or regional rep. Every one of you who have gotten this letter, make sure you send a feedback. You must inform your continental reps, the countries, the people you submitted to, and make sure you follow up in case there is any response to them. That is very, very important. Therefore, because of this celebration, this anniversary, I know many countries have the programs, what they want to do. And we have already made a state. From freedom. This is something, this is a program once in a year. We don't need to remember you that you're supposed to be part of this. Anybody, you are buying your food, you can buy your food tomorrow. We have announced this before now. You can buy your food on Monday. But what we are saying, from 6 p.m., the mode for that morning, our dead heroes and heroines must be activated. We must see a quiet mode. It's a time for mourning. Mazi Doziem, the HOD, will be on air on the 30th May for a national broadcast. Biafra Heroes and Heroines Day, it is not a disputed fact. Nobody can dispute. Nobody can even ask us what we are doing. Nobody can ask us why sit at home. There is no room for this question. There is no room, because this is 10 years we are doing this. We expect every Biafran we want you to respect and honor that day. No matter the kind of business you are doing, you are not in Biafra land, honor that day. All of you in Lagos, we are counting it. We don't forget. We expect every one of you, markets, be closed down on that day. Remember that this is 30th May. Biafran's heroes are heroes. Nobody can question you why you didn't come to the market. But in Biafra land, it's a total lockdown. And everybody know on that day, we don't need to talk. We know what to do. Biafrans knows what to do. It is not new. It is not something we have to come and beg you. It is not something we have to remember you, since the Nigerian government don't want you to understand. We don't need to tell you today is 30th May. We don't need to tell you. By tomorrow, Monday, buy anything you want to buy. Get your food by 6:30 in the evening. On Monday, 29th, there will be candle light. There will be candle night around the world for those who will be gathering for the candle night. And we expect every one of you to be cautious, be security conscious. But on 30th May, it will be total lockdown from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. in Biafra land. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Biafra land is a total lockdown, lock under key. Onye na-achọkwaghị ikwete, anyị ga-ekwetere by force. Maazị Chinedu, I will stop here so that we can go to the next topic. Ndewo nwa Chineke.
Ndewo Maazị. We proceed immediately to the continuous detention of our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. You have said it here. They punished one of the judges, presiding judges of the Supreme Court. They punished her by assassinating her husband. For us to understand the desperation of the Nigerian government in order to subjugate justice. But Maazị, continue, please, because many people is what they are waiting to hear about our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, his case, and the way forward on his case. Please go on. Maazị, are you there?
Yeah, Maazị. Okay, I'm here. Sorry, I was on mute. Maazị, on this final topic about the detention of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, up till now, we have heard the health issues or health challenges of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. But one thing I want to tell Nigeria is that Nigeria should know that all this time they have detained Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, have they achieved what they want to achieve? The answer is no. They have not yet achieved what they want to achieve. And to make the situation worse, they are now openly assassinating people, killing people. They may try it also on Ozekome. They have tried it on Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor on a couple of times, on many occasions. And they continue to trying to eliminate people, to intimidate people. But one thing we want to make sure is that they can't intimidate IPOB. They can't also intimidate the legal team. Biafrans should know that what we are doing, we are still standing today because we know that Maazị Nnamdi Kanu will be released. And that is why we continue to fight. We are not giving up. We are not ready. And I'm making it very clear for the Nigerian government that there is something they have to know. The more they continue to detain Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, the more they are causing problem for themselves. The more they are causing problem in the southeast. And I am saying, you see those politicians, some of them now, who were part of the team that helped in the rendition of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, some of them now are leaving office. They are no more going to be in the office as governors. Oh yeah, back and say abacha also I go mine. Say akudacha, akufecha, or darawo. We are going to make sure that even those who have participated in what happened to Maazị Nnamdi, who were in office, protected themselves with securities round, continue to protect themselves, running around that today they won't be in that office for a long time, but we are still here. And their sins will never be forgiven. They're supposed to know, let me make it very clear. They must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we have to know that Nigerian government did this thing in 2015. Justice Ademola that gave judgment on unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2015. The Nigerian government also raided his home in 2015. They raided his home, intimidated him to make sure they sidelined him. Then, when they bring in Binta Nyako, they also blackmail Binta Nyako, Justice Binta Nyako, with her husband and her son's corruption cases, forcing the woman to make sure she jailed our leader, or they jailed the husband and the son. This was the things they did. That is why when our people go out there in the public, trying to talk things that has no connection, giving fairy tale stories without information, most of our people on the social media, they take imagination, imaginary stories. It's like a fairy tale, fictions. They continue to use the story to deceive people. It has been the way of the Nigerian government to show you the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very serious case. The case of Mazi Nnamdi, like I said, imagine what 2015, what Justice Ademola saw from them. Imagine what they did to Justice Binta Nyako. Imagine what they did to Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Imagine what they have did now to Justice Jumae Shanki. What they did to the husband. Imagine all these things. Because they want them to pronounce wrong judgment. Now, they have assassinated this judge because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now they have done this, they have pushed, for you to see, like I said earlier, they have pushed this case to 14th of September. 14th of September, the leadership have every briefing from the legal team. You know, we are not the people that come and say, only do tell like this. You know, don't do that. You know, even if there is something that powerful, need to put down, maybe he have a message, powerful cannot come, you understand me, and say, Onyendu told me to write like this, like this, like this. You know, that is the difference between the IPOB leadership and the infiltrators and those who are trying to make wave, who want to say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu told me to write like this, to tell you people like this. These are how you know the criminals. These are how you know the criminals. They are looking for small information, and that is how, when they hear that information from somebody, they quickly run, because they are hungry for that. They want to use the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is already a name they use. It's a cash-out name. They can use it when they just hear any information. They run and go, trying to use it to wipe out their records, the things they did. Biafrans, do not be deceived on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Even the Supreme Court, they will discharge and acquit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from all this case. We have a capable legal team. Forget about what people are talking around, moving around. Ozekome. And I want to clear something. There is some stupid things I see our people writing. Ozekome is this. Some stupid people go to write it. Even Yahoo was able to do what? Yahoo was able to debunk their lies. You understand me? Yahoos were able to debunk their lies. Because they go to tell you, oh, let me tell you, before IPOB, I think son, Mike Ozekome is a son already. He has been a son. And all these people in legal protection, they have been there. They have been defending people. They have been lawyers. They have been doing work. Mike Ozekome is not today, he's a son to Atiku. It's not today. And when it comes to law, you are not going to, they are professionals. These are people, you hear his statement. We don't want our people, those, you see some of you who are ignorant how things work. Because he defend Atiku, you say he defend Obi, people continue to deceive you. They are right. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is defending IPOB today. Does it mean that if Ifeanyi Ejiofor found a case, he can defend somebody where they will pay him, he will say, that is the stupidity many of us did. But you don't do it in profession, because some of us left our businesses, some of us stopped doing business with people, friends, who were very close to us, because we are doing Biafran agitation. Even some of them did not abandon us. It is we that went back from them thinking they are not happy because we are doing Biafra agitation. I have business partners, I stop communicating them. Even if they give me a business, I don't do. I don't, even they come, I mean thousands of dollars, I don't. Because this mentality that most of you are having, that because I am doing, for example, if my brother has been a politician and suddenly I'm a Biafran agitator, I will now disown my brother because he is a politician, he is somebody, or he's a medical doctor. Because this is your enemy, you are not going to attend to him. Because he is your enemy, you are a doctor. It is against the profession. You are not a lawyer. You are not a medical practitioner. A doctor. No matter who, they are according to their ethics. Whoever that is brought to them, there is no discrimination. You must save the patient. The same thing with lawyers. It's a profession that when they found somebody they can defend, irrespective money is involved or not, they have the right to stand in the gap. Most of us, or many of our people who have this bad mentality, some of us, we are friends with many people who today do not like what we are doing. So if tomorrow you see a picture of me and somebody say, oh, he's working with politicians, this might be pictures of 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when we have not even started the Biafra agitation. I want our people to stop this. We need to grow up and stop going out there talking rubbish, ignorant. I know your leaders of infiltrators, he's an ignorant as anything. I can imagine. That's why when he threw these ignorant things in the public, some of you just grab it and start talking rubbish. Mike Ozekome is not somebody any of you will drag on a social media. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is not somebody you come to drag on a social media. Even no matter anything, Aloy Ejimako, don't drag him on social media. We have a way to settle if we have problem with any of them, we can settle our scores. None of the lawyers, because the moment these things are happening, they are using it. All of you saw what happened, how people have played with the Onyendu issue. All of you have seen it. And you people should stop being emotional. Biafrans round was stop being emotional. When something comes up, you just become emotional. Especially on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have to face reality. We have to be strategic thinkers. We have to be thinking, analyze things, and think critically on any subject before you just grab it and start making mess out of the whole thing. The international community is watching. You think they don't know? You think they are not seeing what you're doing? Some of you of recent, you started shouting, we do not. What we are saying is, why some people, when they come and talk, we don't say anything about them, no matter anything they wrote. Like some of you knew the lawyer that says presenting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu internationally. You people saw what he did before. They were the people, he was the main frontline man they were using to go for Biafra government in exile. He was the one they are paying $50,000 any trip. 5 times he came to Nigeria, $50,000 for 5 times. And all of a sudden, what he came and wrote, is that why you people are making noise? These are the base of the same feather. It is all about money for them. Because they have gone a different path, everybody come to attack themselves. Is it a new something that all of you will start disturbing yourself, coming on social media, making noise? Dear friends, by now we're supposed to be intelligent. We're supposed to be intelligent. I have said this thing before on air. White people, Americans, they are common masters. Talking about all these things, they are flexing our name on the top. Everybody, they call, black people, Igbo people, all the Americans, many of them are con men. The Westerners, they are many con men. Only that they do it, nobody they fraud. They are con men. My lawyer, all these ones. It's all about money for them. For 2 years, all those rant and write letter, do this, and what have they done? Nothing. They did nothing. Consultant turned to lawyer. Lawyer turned to consultant. This one turned to, I go there. This one turned to this. Now, to get money now, for Onyendu, they are now telling you that the IPOB leadership, Chike Doziema and Abanyim, refuse. They refuse to bring out money to bribe the Nigerian. And let me tell you, there is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Nobody, IPOB leadership will not bribe any lawyer, any judge in Nigeria for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let us make it very clear. We don't engage in bribing. Everybody know us. IPOB, even the lawyers that are handling our case, we don't engage in bribing. Sometimes there are some of our people they will hold. You will hear where they say, we know he did nothing. They will say, bring money, bring 1 million, we will release him. We say, why should we pay 1 million to you? Release him for what? What did he do? Take him to court. Take him to court. We don't mind. Because the moment you open this room, our people, many of our people have that criminal tendency. I could remember somebody who called himself a Biafran once tell me that if he go and find out where one IPOB member is in the detention, we pay him 50,000 naira. If he find 3 people there, we pay him 150. I called him, I said, are you okay? Are you normal? So your own brothers, that the Nigerian government, and he is an officer. He claimed to be an officer. So the person who introduced him claimed to be, he can use his opportunity anywhere he found that IPOB, he pay 50,000. I told him, you're a criminal. That means you can even organize IPOB members to be arrested so that you can. I told him, you're a criminal. We don't do things in this way. I told him, we don't do things. Any of our person, we know they did nothing. They only arrest them because they are IPOB members, because of the Biafran struggle. The same way as they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm using this opportunity this evening to clear this air for those living in America, because that is where they used to generate all kinds of light. That is where the DSS start working with infiltrators. Then they push it down, start pushing it in the throat of many people. They start pushing it on the throat of many of our people. That because they want to steal money from you. They want to take your money. They are telling you that they refuse. They need to bribe the lawyers. Who is giving? They need to bribe the judges so they can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Please, do not allow yourself to be deceived in this way. And for you, who said you took contract to come and kill IPOB members, family, IPOB leadership, their families in Nigeria. Maka Chineke. You see that Biafra land la. Ilaga disi biara. Oga derege na chuku. We are not the people you can come and intimidate and harass. I need an abacha obara, all of us. Obara na aba, you come. Come and kill them. You think because you people succeeded to sell Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out. You think it is like that for everybody? That's not Babisibotela. Yeah, Murako. We are here to defend the Biafran freedom. We are here to defend Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We are here to defend our people. We are here to defend that Biafra land. There is no going back. And there is nothing anybody can do about it. It is either they come on table and they tell us the day we are going the Biafra referendum, or they are in for a very long thing. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, what we have to do, we continue to put Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in our daily prayers. We are doing the one we are doing, the IPOB leadership, continually pushing through diplomatic means, which we are not going to be making public, because the moment the government know, they want to know who and who we are getting in, they will go there to furnish them lies. They say, oh, leave these people out there. We don't want that. Besides, many diplomatic missions are not made in public. That is why when America called African Summit, most of the head of state go there. When Russia called also, all of them go there. When China called, all of them go there. They will never told you it is all about interest. And because of that, what matters to us is the interest of our people. What matters to us is the freedom for the Biafran people. It doesn't matter what anybody can say. It doesn't matter what anybody want to do. It doesn't matter the blackmail. Blackmail is nothing. Because we know the day is fast approaching. When all of us, whether you like it or not, either we will sort it out on a battlefield or we are going to sort it out on a round table. Thank you, Mazi Chinedu. I will stop here. May Chukwu Kadiama bless you. Ndewo Mazi,
we are going to go into just a few minutes break so that when we come back, the lines will open so that people will ask, called to ask questions. There is one, one platform I'm just watching and somebody say want to ask question or something like that. I don't know, but this is the time. You get prepared, please. Although it's not going to take long, but please do not go away. We will be right back.
What comes to your mind when you hear about Biafra, the 30th of May Heroes Day? Is it the pain or the courage to keep fighting on? The sacrifices of our heroes, the pain our mothers passed through, the innocent children starved to death by the Nigeria government, all we remember on the 30th of May.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on, heroes of our fatherland. Pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader. March on, brave boys, now that victory is in sight. March on and hasten the disintegration of the enemy already set in motion.
We reflect on the pains and the agony they passed through, the zeal for freedom. They fought with pains and hunger for freedom. The cold nights, they paid the ultimate price for us, to be free. The 30th of May, a day we reverence so much. We sit at home to reflect on the sacrifices of the brave men and women who fought for freedom. We remember them. With our collective efforts, we shall remember them on the 30th of May. We shall never forget the courage they fought with, for a better future. Fight on, brave boys. Fight on. What comes to your mind when you hear about Biafra, the 30th of May Heroes Day? Is it the pain or the courage to keep fighting on? The sacrifices of our heroes, the pain our mothers passed through, the innocent children starved to death by the Nigeria government, all we remember on the 30th of May.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on, heroes of our fatherland. Pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader. March on, brave boys, now that victory is in sight. March on and hasten the disintegration of the enemy already set in motion.
We reflect on the pains and the agony they passed through, the zeal for freedom. They fought with pains and hunger for freedom. The cold nights, they paid the ultimate price for us, to be free. The 30th of May, a day we reverence so much. We sit at home to reflect on the sacrifices of the brave men and women who fought for freedom. We remember them. With our collective efforts, we shall remember them on the 30th of May. We shall never forget the courage they fought with, for a better future. Fight on, brave boys. Fight on.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra land. We are here live and direct with Mazi Chinasanworo, a member of the Directorate of States. As it is, we are going to open the lines, although not many people, we are not going to take much calls as usual, please. Therefore, our lines are now opened. Our direct line as usual is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call and ask a question or give your contribution, but make it to be as brief as possible, please. Let me go to direct line, please. Let me, cause I've started showering. I say showering in. Showering. Caller on direct line, you are the first caller. Let me see. Callers on WhatsApp, please hold on. The signal is also working. Signal line is also working. You can as well call on Signal. I want to start by taking calls on direct line. I have callers already. No, the direct line is filtering. It's being filtered. Cutting off if I pick it. Let me go direct to the caller that has been no, let me try again. Caller on direct line. What? Many calls on direct line, so it's making it to no. My goodness me. Caller on WhatsApp. Let me. My goodness me. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Go on, please. Let me. You have been here. You are the first caller. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Mazi. Are you hearing me?
The whole world is hearing you, please, not only me. Go on, please.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. I am grateful over all your efforts in propagating the Biafran freedom, the way you are doing it. Is very commendable. I want also to thank Agune Chala Biafra, Mazi Chinas Anworu, for all his elaborations. He has explained a lot of things that has been happening in Biafra land and what our people are doing, the way they are doing it. And I think it is for us, Biafrans now, to know those who are really fighting for Biafra. And for our brothers and sisters who are equally in the U.S., that he has spoken the way it is this day, alerting them and intimating them of what some of them are doing. I want to equally ask them not to see it as a betrayer, but Mazi Chinas Anworu has spoken the way, and most of us, you know, in the church, whenever a gospel is read in the pulpit, wherever you are touched is wherever you are involved. They have spoken it the way it is. And I plead with every Biafran, wherever we may find ourselves, to start doing the right thing. Because the betterment of our land, Biafra land, is for all of us. There is nothing you make that is called money that will elevate you more than more than the blessing your land shall be given to you. You don't kill your brother to become rich. No. You know, especially also, I want to equally ask our people within the Olo axis to be very, very watchful and sit up. I don't know why people should behave the way they are behaving, and some of our leaders are watching them and keeping quiet. And you, the young men that are being used to torment your own flesh and blood, know it that nothing lasts forever. Please, I plead with all of you, tormenting your own people to put an end to it. It is wrong, and it is never to the growth of our place. We need to stand up and do the needful. Our land must be peaceful to attract development. Also, on the 30th of May, I want to plead for peace, for total concentration of Biafrans. Even if you think, no, you have not lost anybody in this struggle, still remember that during the Biafran war, somebody died in your family. And those that have died, you may think that they did not take part in the struggle. They may have died because of the hardship the Nigerian government has pushed us into, that caused a lot of deaths, that we are premature in our midst. So on that very day, I expect every one of us to stand still and our land to be in total lockup, in total lockdown for our deaths, to equally fight on to liberate us, the living, that our land may experience peace. This I want to also to thank Anworu and you for doing a very great work. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi. Good evening from here.
Yeah, well, welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi, Jonas, thank you for picking my call, and I want to use this opportunity also to greet my beloved brother, Agune Chamba Mazi Chinas Anworu, for coming out to educate Biafrans in what we need to know concerning our struggle. fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria, and I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as IPOB Austria National PRO. Mazi Chinasanworu, I have a question to ask. Just as you said, Nigerian government has used the husband of the judge who declared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu discharged and acquitted in his the release that they asked Nigerian government to do concerning the case of our leader. And my question I want to ask, because Nigeria, everything about Nigeria is when you do something good against them, they will use that to give a penalty. I want to ask, as this case now is in the Supreme Court of the zoological country called Nigeria, is this woman now they killed her husband? Is it not a signal they are trying to give to any judge that is going to judge the case of our leader in September? Is it not a signal they are trying to give to him, or any other judge that is going to be on that day to judge this matter? Maybe for him to know that if you try something like this, this is what we are going to give to you, because they have tried it in Mazi. Most of the lawyers that have come to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. I don't know why Nigerian government is doing. Please educate Biafrans more, or give us light more, so that Nigerian government will know that they can continue killing these judges because they stand on the truth. And please, Mazi Chinasanworu, before you educate us more on this, I want to use this opportunity, please. IPOB Heroes Day and Heroes Day here in Austria is going to take place on 30th of May. We know exactly how we've arranged in this coming Heroes Day. All IPOB, we are heading to Vienna. Every zonal coordinator, please, you have to educate our people the reason why all of us must head to Vienna. Just as all of us assembled here in Linz on 1st of May, this is how we are trooping to Vienna, the capital of Austria, to also let the whole world know that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted, and also letting the whole world know that we are mourning our people that have killed since 1914 up to date. So please, there will be no excuse. There will be no, if you know you're working, we have announced it. Make sure you take free from your working place. We must troop in Vienna to let the Austrian government once again to know that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. And all we are asking is for referendum for us to free ourselves in that animal country called Nigeria. Mazi, thank you for picking my call. God bless you. Please highlight us concerning this killing of the judges, please.
Thank you. Mazi Chinas, you want to say anything? You have him right?
Yeah, Mazi. Yeah, I heard him. Mazi, it is very clear, like he mentioned, the assassination of the husband of Justice Jumai is a pure signal for those who will handle the cases of the Supreme Court on 14th September. It is an intimidation tactics. I have said it here, what they did to Justice Ademola, what they did to Justice Binta Nyako. These things are very clear. The records are there. So that is the lane they want to go. That is the path they have chosen. So the most important thing is for us to alert the world, be on alert, continue to expose them, and make sure that we continue. No day shall we forget the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No day. Yes, we can. Sometimes we may not come to talk, but we are following up, getting updates from the lawyers, talking to them, and we must continue. That is why the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very, very important to us. If the one we need to come and raise alarm, we will raise the alarm. But we make sure that those who are coming there, going and visiting him, always give an update on how he is, on how the situation of his health, and we continue to do that until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is set free. But for those of you in Europe, especially I used to say Europe is the heart. This is the heart of this struggle. Europe is the heart of the Biafran struggle. That is where people move. They can come to a capital. It's not like in America. In America, you will see this 30th man will go. There will be nothing you will see in America. You will not see any of them do anything. But you see in Europe, we know how Europe handle things. And we are saying this is once in a year program. Once in a year. There should not be any excuse. People will make sure that they are going there. 30th May is not yesterday. We all knew that this 30th May, the next time is going to come is next 2020. Maybe that time within Biafra people, but it is a date. It is a tradition. It is a date that none of us should forget. So when the time is coming close, everybody should make sure they become part of this program. You can take off day. That day, the money you are going to miss is not going to buy you, it's not going to solve all your problem. It's a day, something you just have to sacrifice. That's all I can say. We don't need to be reminded over this. That's why I say it's a tradition that everybody must adhere to. Thank you, Mazi Chinedu.
There were Mazi. Caller on direct line, you have been waiting. Caller on direct line. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Yeah, please go on. Go on, please. Go on.
Thank you very much for the gospel. I'm calling you from Atlanta, Georgia. Just a very quick one. This Biafra, we are just, that we're fighting for. It's a must we have to get it, because with the whole thing going on in Nigeria, if we don't get Biafra, in fact, we're gone. We are really gone. With all these assassinations going on, even though you mentioned about our brothers, I know God will protect them. Sometimes I fear for their own life, but I know God will protect them. The enemy will not see that because they're doing a very good job. So I pray God will protect them, nothing happens to them. And then one thing I wanted to put out there again is most of our brothers that lives in Europe, I know they speak, they don't just speak English. Like I heard this on Mazi Alosse's program, since that was yesterday or 2 days ago. Most times when they're out there on the protest and then they always, speak in English. And then maybe some of these people in Europe, not all of them understand English. So if they can make like a mandatory, not just particularly for this, our heroines, Hero and Heroines Day. Anytime they have a protest in Europe, let them bring out somebody who will, once they speak in English, they speak in their local languages. Let it be like a point of duty, so that these people, those that don't understand English, will also understand what we are trying to pass out to them. Let it just be like, or any time there's any protest, let it just be like a point of, if we can just put it out there and beg them. I'm sure there are so many of them that have been there for so many years. They can come and speak in the language of that people. That if they don't understand it, they understand also what you are passing, trying to pass to them. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you, and see you later.
There were Mazi. You made a point. We must continue. Let me caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening, sir.
There were Mazi.
Hello, good evening, Mazi Chinedu.
There were. Welcome to the program.
My name is Mazi Chukwebuka Onyedelachi. I'm from Abia State, born and brought up in Aba, though I reside in Liviga now. I'm calling to congratulate all the effort of the DOS in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You people are doing a great job. I know it's never easy. I and my family here over Libya, we are thanking you. We are appreciating all your work. And I still want to talk to our people at home. Many are still messaging me, telling me that they don't know the leadership to follow, that they are seeing many things online. And I want to encourage them over there and still to inform our social media warriors that we should keep pushing on teaching them the need to keep on listening to the IPOB leadership, the Radio Biafra platform, and they need to follow the instruction of the DOS. Hello, Master, can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you. There is something you said now. Yes. Mazi, the whole world is hearing you. Yes. The whole world is hearing you, Mazi. I don't know if you are having earpiece, remove it, please. I don't know. Mazi, you see, just like what He said now people are listening to nonsense online from WhatsApp because they don't listen to Radio Biafra. It's a problem to our people. A very big one, Mazi, honestly speaking. That's why some people, they will be inboxing you, asking you rubbish question. Is it true that somebody sent me this, they have released Mazi, they just released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is it true? Different rubbish questions. And you start wondering, say, why can't you listen to Radio Biafra London so that you get the information, the right information? My goodness me. Please, people that are calling through Skype, I'm using it. Please, I am using it. If you call, I cut you, know that it is disturbing me. Please, I am using it. Please, I beg you. I am using it. So we must continue. Even the direct line, I'm cutting it, but it cannot. Oh, I don't know what is happening. Many calls anyway. I have caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? Are you still there? No. My goodness me. Calls are... Mazi Chinas, I hope you are still there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
calls are
there.
humming everywhere. But to pick it is the problem. Sometimes, Mazi, if calls are plenty in a phone, even if picking it is a problem, honestly. But we must continue what we are doing. We must continue. Let me see, caller, whether the calls are overwhelming. Whether the calls are overwhelming. I have a caller on signal. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Chineke. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? No, the call just cuts. We must continue. Please, there is some, because of overwhelming calls, you'll be hearing horns of calls, but you are not seeing nothing. Whether the phone is crashing, honestly, Mazi, I don't know. The phones. That's why I'm restarting. The calls are too many. If you want to pick one call, the thing will cut.
Yeah.
So that is a problem because many calls are coming. Yeah. Many, all the. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 phones, but we must continue. Yeah.
We must. Yeah.
We must continue. So, caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me now? You called before. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go on, and conclude.
I was speaking before.
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
I was speaking before, but it's like, I don't know, maybe from your device. So I want you to also encourage our media warriors, which I'm part of them. My name is Mazi Chukwuebuka Edlachi. Let us keep on preaching to these people to keep on listening to the IPOB leadership, to the doors, so that they will be getting the proper information needed. Many people are misbehaving back home due to lack of proper information on what is going on ground. Some people are confused due to these infiltrators keep using our name to commit so many crimes, and when they are committing it, they keep on mentioning ESN name. They keep on using the name of Onyendu to commit so many crimes. And this thing has been affecting this struggle. It has been affecting the case we have with Nigeria government. I know that the DOS has been trying to speak on this, especially Mazi Sanwo-Olu. I give him many accolades. He has been trying to speak on this, but I don't know why. Lack of knowledge and ignorance has been wandering our people over. We should keep on pushing on this. And another thing I want to talk about on it this evening is concerning this, our 30th May. I love how it has started, and I appreciate all our efforts to make it stand. it is very necessary that we have to be remembering our fallen heroes to maintain the dignity of our land, to maintain the sovereignty of our nation. We must be remembering those who fell for us to stand, because we can never forget them, because one day we shall all die. And if we are not remembered, I don't know how it will be. So we must keep on remembering them. That 30th May must remain, and forever we shall remember it. That is all I have to say. And I keep on appreciating the DOS. And I appreciate the legal team, Mazi, Ejiofor. They are all doing a great job. I appreciate all of them. Thank you, sir. And I believe freedom is our own at last.
There were Mazi. Thank you very much. Caller on direct line, are you there? No, it's gone. Caller on signal, are you there? Caller on signal, can you hear me? Caller on signal, can you hear me? Caller on signal, if you are not ready, I will take caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Chinet.
Yeah, go
yes,
on,
Mazi Jonathan, I can hear you. Good evening from my side.
Go on, please. Welcome to the program.
I can hear you, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening from my side.
There were Mazi. Go on.
Mazi Jonathan, I hear you very loud and clear. Thank you. I am Mazi Jonathan. Thank you so much. I am Mazi Jonathan from Akwa State. Professor Jonas, what I want to ask Agnes Chamber is this regime of Nigerian government, especially those of Igbo extraction, in the reign of the government of Nigeria, the set of the people in Nigeria authorities that has committed so many atrocities against innocent IPOB members in the government, against even non-IPOB innocent Igbos and innocent Biafrans, across Biafra. Professor Jonas and Mazi Chinas and Weru, the question I'm asking, now that their tenure is expiring and many of them will be relegated to the streets just to work like normal people, Mazi, now we cannot protest in Biafra. What are the other directives that we can use to send a very good message, a very, very good message to them, such that the incoming government will also realize that what they did by killing their people, by adopting their people, by naming their people, and all sorts of humiliation against our own people are not good. What can we do to send a very clear message to them? That is my question to
Okay.
Thank you, Professor Jonas.
There were. Now you hang up and listen. Mazi Chinasa,
yeah, Mazi, I heard him. Mazi, I want also, there is observation, when they are talking, the voice is very fast. So check from that side. I'm finding it difficult to understand, but I got his question. He said, now those people, the governors, those who are leaving office, what are we going to do to them? Am I right?
Yes, of course.
Of course. Mazi, listen very well. Listen very, very carefully. There are many ways to kill a rat, but there are the ones we can make public, and there are the ones we cannot make public. Towards these politicians who have killed our people, moved many of our people, hand them over to the northern government. Until today, we have not seen them. One thing we urge every Biafran to do is that we will make sure that all these people, from Wike to Dave Umahi, to Uguanye, to Obiano, to all of them who have Okrocha Alaboleno now. Okrocha is already, he have disappeared from the arena. These people that I mentioned, and some of the senators that we know in one way or the other, we will continue to humiliate them in public. Anywhere they come, even if they leave office, they come for ceremonies, they come any place where our people gather, they must be booed and disgraced out from that place. In the public, it's normal. Anywhere you see all these governors in Biafra land that have already, we make sure that anywhere they go, they must be humiliated. They must be humiliated. We must always follow them until they pay dearly for what they have done in our land. We must reject them. Even after their office, they must be rejected. That is the one I can say in public. The ones we will not say in public, or the other ways to solve some of those problems, we are not going to make it open. But in case we found them anywhere, humiliation is the watchword. Boo them, throw them eggs, even throw them water, because they deserve not to walk in our land, no matter who they are. That is an order. Ndewo maze.
Ndewo. I have a caller, Mazi Joe. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Mazi, can you hear me? Yes, go on, please. Please, go on, go on.
Okay. Good evening to all dear friends. Mazi Chinasamoru, I give you a very great salute for your work for Biafra. Mazi Jonathan, you have been awesome in this job. It's not easy picking calls that flies in from different places. Chinasa, please, I have a question, and it's also a suggestion. Yes, we have our heroes that died for us, and they are beckoning on us to invite them into the struggle. I would like the EOS to because what I'm saying something from the spiritual angle, because we cannot use the deity of our enemies to defeat them. It's not possible. They brought the religion, they twisted it, but we cannot use it to defeat them. I'm suggesting that we start reverencing our heroes past. We can decide to canonize our saints. All those people that died during the Kumiko War, they were gallant men. We can call on them, like the Christians. They have their different saints that they call on. We shouldn't be afraid of what people are going to say. These are our people that died for us. We should canonize them as saints, so that the spiritual impact, it will change a lot of things in Biafra land. By the time we have 10 saints named, saint this and that, it will have a big spiritual impact on us. Because there is no one who can defeat the English with the religion that they brought to us. It's not possible. It's never possible. It's never possible. What is giving China edge? What is giving India edge? Because of their spiritual background. It is giving them a big edge. We are always in this Biafran quest. I will hear some people praying to the God of England to come and help us to defeat England. It's not possible. It is not possible. Please, it's a suggestion. We have to do this. We have to do this. It's a must that we do it. Mas Jonathan, please, can you please permit me to announce the...
Please, go on, do it very, very quick, because calls are everywhere. People are waiting. Go on, just in a jiffy. Go.
Hello, Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes. I say go on. I say go on, but do it in a jiffy.
Hello?
Mazi, go on. Go on. Mazi, go. Do it in a jiffy, please.
is just to announce to all Biafrans that on the 30th of May, we'll be having our remembrance program in Berlin. Please, we urge you all in Germany to please find your way down to that place. It's very important because we have a reason to celebrate these our great heroes. We have our and it's a must that we must be there. Thank you very much, Mazi Jonathan. And Mazi Jonathan, please, is there any way you can at least answer the question the thing I suggested, please? Thank you. Thank you, Mazi.
There were. Although it's not a question, but it's a suggestion. But Mazi Chinasa, you want to say something about it?
Yeah, Mazi, what I want to say is if he has been participating in our 30th May Remembrance Day, we used to mention names, call names of the people we remember, because we are still on the process of gathering names. And we hope that one can be very, very possible when Biafra comes, when we will build a memorial center for all those things. But for now, what he said is okay, but we must start somewhere, and that is what we are doing. Continue remembering them. When Biafra comes, we can now decide on that side, because there are many people who died. We don't even have the numbers or the names. But those things can be made possible, to publicity, because by the time if Biafra comes, people will now provide. We not only provide names, we will go to the extent to know what each and every person did, how they died. This is something we have to, before we now come to a conclusion that we are going to declare this person in our prayers. I want to tell you also one thing, Mazi. We have to also give accolades for Biafrans around the world. How bold. We are not afraid of anybody. People come out now very boldly, call their ancestors with boldness, without anything attached to it. And we are proud of it. The only thing we say is that while you are doing it, respect another faith. But we have to. It is something we are doing, and we don't want to force it on the throat. It's gradually. Everybody will fall in line. But let's continue remembering them. If you have names of people, what they did for Biafra, we try to. It's now that we have to gather them. And when Biafra comes, because, for example, I just came across, I just posted it now, about an Irish sister who lost her life. They call her Sister Cecilia Tagberry. She was killed on 26th September 1969 when her car was struck by fire from a low-flying Nigerian aircraft, as she and her colleague were visiting one of the newest sick beds. Her Biafran driver also died in that attack. Bishop Okoye, who had invited the sister to Port Harcourt, said Sister Cecilia was the first martyr of charity. She was buried at Emekuku Mission with Dennis Kennedy. Do you understand me? Dennis was also his driver, those who died during that time. So what we are saying is this: there are people, many people who did things for the Biafra struggle. We need to keep the record, get everything right, and at the end of the day, we can be able to see those who will say this is a martyr. But according to those who saw Sister Cecilia during that time, and according to Bishop Okoye, she said she was the first martyr of charity. That means you know what this kind of people was killed by the Nigerian aircraft, which is Biafran driver. So I want us to continue gathering information, and by the time Biafra will come, most of these mysteries will be solved, and the history will be written very clearly for everybody to understand. Thank you, Mazi Chined.
There were. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on WhatsApp. You have been waiting for 10 minutes plus. Caller on WhatsApp. Go on, please.
Okay. Can you hear me? Good evening from here.
There were. Welcome to the program. Go on.
Yeah, my name remains as Honor Anthony. Bedouin Media. My greetings go to Mazi Chinasaworu, I really appreciate you, Mazi Chinasa-Nworu, on what we have done tonight. You have done what no man can see now, but in future, people will see what you have done today. I want to comment on what you have just said concerning a letter you read from the one part of the state in the Biafra land in Imo State. I want to use this opportunity to say all the Biafrans, all Biafrans all over the Biafra land, the letter which Mazi, our brother Chinasa-Nworu have read this evening, is trying to indicate something there. Is trying to chip in something there, and is trying to give you expo, and is trying to bring something out of something. Is trying to make a difference, because the people that have rose up, which is the Nze, and also the people of the community who have been seeing the omens happening in that community, and they say enough is enough, that that IPOB still remains saint, that Nnamdi Kanu still remains saint, that they have discovered the strange hand in the soup, and that strange hand must be removed. So now they have wrote the letter and asked that with immediate effect that they want the people that brought these very abominable people, the people of Ipa, the people that have been causing mayhem in Biafra land, that they should be removed with immediate effect. If all the fellow Biafrans all over the